Hi, Marcus here from Line 6 again. We've got an extra special booth here at Line 6, in addition to our main booth where we're introducing a brand new series of Variax guitars designed by Jim Tyler. And I've got with me Rich Renken from Line 6, our resident guitar expert, and he's going to tell you all about it.
Alright, so we're here to talk about the new Variax, give you a little bit of history in Variax. Variax was introduced about 8 years ago, really went wide in 2003, made a big splash, people were loving it. It's our digital modeling taken to guitar, where you can have one guitar that can make 24 different guitar sounds, anything from semi-hollow guitars to hard-bodied guitars to, let's call it junior type things, strats, acoustic guitars, resonator guitars, sitars, all kinds of different sounds. And the original Variax, if you know it, didn't have pickups, it just had the piezo system, and that was cool and innovative and wild. But what we learned over the years was guys just kind of want to see pickups, they want to see it in a real guitar type of thing. So this all kind of came to a culmination where in the last couple of years we've had a really successful partnership with Reinhold Bogner on the amp side. We did Spider Valve, and the modeling and the tube amp coming together has been bigger than we even expected it to be. So we thought, hey, let's do the same thing on the guitar side. So let's take a real guitar by a real boutique manufacturer and have him design us, different styles, a Paul style, Strat style, shred style, and bring that together with our digital modeling. So along the way, another thing that we had to do is there was, as guys use it, it was like, hey, we want this to be better, we want this to be better, we want this to be better. So starting on the Variax technology side, it's the same models that are in the current Variax, but we have about 4 times the DSP power to be able to let us make the pitch detection and pitch tracking much better than it was before, which is the thing that feeds the model. So the models just became full and rich and amazing sounding. Another thing that would happen with the old Variax is when you would do pitch alt tuning, whether it was the 12-string models or you would actually alt-tune a model, you would basically degrade the model a little bit because we had to use some of the juice to run the alt-tune. That also is now gone. It's full models with full tuning, and tuning is so important that not only that, one smart thing that the competitor did was put alt-tune on a knob, which we had actually thought of for years, and now we have the chance to do it. So we actually have 10 tunings on a knob, plus standard and model. Model is whatever you have saved tuning on the model knob itself. Standard overrides the model knob and takes everything E to E. And then on this particular guitar, you got your drop Ds, a half step down for kind of Hendrixy stuff. Drop that D, take it a full step down if the singer's a little tired that morning. Dad Gads, open G to do like Stones type of stuff, all the way to a baritone guitar, which is B to B. So tuning on a knob. Another issue with the first Variax was power supply. You either had to have 6 AA batteries or a power supply or power it from a pod on the VDI. And that actually caused 2 things. One, it just kind of makes people nervous. And 2, you really couldn't try it in the store because it was hard to find a store where they would understand the power supply. So what we've done is on the battery side, we've gone to a lithium-ion rechargeable battery that's that simple to pop out. 12 hours of playtime. Another great feature is you have a battery meter just like on your computer. This battery has actually been charged in the guitar for 10 days now, and I've lost no charge because when you're not using it, it doesn't dissipate hardly at all. One of the things you do when you're at you do your sound check, you roll the volume back and you put your guitar down. You go grab a beer or grab lunch or whatever, you come back, you forgot to unplug. Well, when you roll down your volume on the new Variax, the DSP actually goes to sleep. Now, you would think, uh-oh, but what about when it pops on? Is it going to be 10 seconds or something? No, it's instant. You can even do a volume swell right out of sleep mode and not even notice that the guitar was asleep. So, let's see, what else on the Variax side? I think that's about it as far as on the Variax side. And then on the guitar, it's a real guitar. All 3 models were designed by Jim Tyler. He actually even designed a brand new bridge, and if you bring it in a little bit, It actually, this is a Strat tremolo type bridge, drops in from the front. You don't string the guitar through the back. It actually drops in from the front and rolls in. We went to a completely brand new piezo design. That might be something some of you might go, hey, what about those piezos? We went to LR Bags and we completely designed a new piezo to take care of some issues that people had. This is the JTV 69 US. This is the JTV 59 US. And right around the corner right there, that is the JTV 89 US. So shred style, strat style, and Paul style. And it's not just about the look, it's also about the feel, about the scale length, the nut. You can get more of that information on our website, you know, as we move along. And there'll be a US version, and then these guitars here, these are the Korean-made models. The Korean-made model will be made by a company in Korea called World Musical, and they build instruments for many high-end manufacturers to have an affordable offshore guitar that's still a great guitar. They're real guitar manufacturers, real guitar builders. The owner himself even is a guitar player. And the US version will be made in California. Bodies and necks will be made in Northern California, painted in Southern California, and put together by a guy named Tim Wilson, who used to run Jackson Guitars, and put together to Jim Tyler's specs. Tim Wilson has visited over Jim's and looked at, said, how do you do your frets? How do you do this? On the and now I'll give you a little bit of the differences between the US model and the Korean model. The US model and the Korean model, the first thing that you should know is the modeling, the bridge, the modeling, the rechargeable batteries, all guitars come with workbench and this. There's no compromise when it comes to the electronics and workbench. Everything is the same, US or Korea. So what we do to give you an affordable one is on the USA made one, it's made in the USA, but you get stuff like two-piece alder, immaculate paint job. You get a quarter sawn maple neck. People who know will know what that means. You get hip shot locking tuners. Hip shot tuners on the other models are not locking because there's no tremolo. On the Korean version, you have Goto style tuners and just normal sawn maple. For instance, on the Paul style, you have Indonesian mahogany as opposed to African mahogany. Same with the shred style. And then as far as the pickups, on the American version, you have the Seymour Duncans, and on the Asian versions, we actually have a Korean pickup company that's winding pickups to Jim Tyler's actual specs. So they actually are coming out sounding pretty amazing. And that's about it. That's the James Tyler Variax, new from Line 6. Hey, Rich Renken here, coming to you from MUSIKMESSE 2010. I'm in the James Tyler Variax booth by Line 6. You're watching the Musician Network. Stay tuned. And then I'm saying what? This is the music. Hey, Rich Renken coming to you from Messe 2010. I'm going to say MUSIKMESSE. In here, coming to you. I want to see these.